Welcome again, Wildcats. So today we're looking at Monday, May 8th, special right triangles, and that's going to be on page 80. So if you would, update your table of contents. All right, now your table of contents are updated. Let's take a look at our notes. All right, so we're looking at special right triangles, and that's on page 80. All right, so if you would, take a few seconds to draw the triangle. Label the adjacent, the opposite, theta, and hypotenuse. All right, now your triangle's updated. Now we're going to refer to that when we look at our trig functions. Okay, so sine of theta is equal to opposite over hypotenuse. Cosine of theta is equal to adjacent over hypotenuse. Tangent of theta is equal to the opposite over the hypotenuse. Cosecant theta is equal to the hypotenuse over opposite. Secant of theta is equal to hypotenuse over adjacent. And cotangent of theta is equal to adjacent over opposite. All right, so if you would, pause for a moment and update your trig ratios. All right, now let's look at special right triangles as referred to the 30, 60, 90 and 45, 45, 90. All right, so in the 30, 60, 90, the side across from 30 is x, the side across from 60 is x squared root of 3, and the side across from 90 is 2x. Okay, now in the 45, 45, 90, you have two 45 degrees, both of which are across from x, and 90 is across from x square root of 2. All right, so if you would, pause the video and update your 30, 60, 90 and 45, 45, 90 triangle information. All right, now it's updated, let's take a look at our examples. All right, now our examples are going to be on page 80. All right, so let's look at example 1. All right, example 1, it says find the values of sine, cosine, tangent function for theta. All right, so sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse. Okay, so the opposite is 15 divided by, we don't know the hypotenuse, but we know that this is a right triangle, so we can use Pythagorean theorem. So we know 15 squared plus 36 squared is equal to c squared. Okay, so that's 15 squared plus 36 squared equals c squared. Take the square root of both sides. C equals the square root of 15 squared plus 36 squared, which equals, let me see. Oh, wait, there's calculators back here. So let's type that in and find out what that is. So square root of 15 squared plus 36 squared is 39. Okay, so C is 39. Okay, so that means that's 15 divided by 39. And we know that 15 divided by 39 reduces to be 5 divided by 13. Okay, so now cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse. So that's adjacent divided by hypotenuse, which is 36 divided by 39, which that reduces to be 12 divided by 13. All right, so pause the video for a moment and see if you can do tangent of theta on your own. All right, assume you tried tangent of theta on your own. So now let's take a look. So tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent. So opposite is 15 divided by adjacent, which is 36, and that reduces to be 5 divided by 12. All right, so if you would, finish up example 1. All right, now example 1 is finished, so let's take a look at example 3. All All right, it says use trigonometric functions to find the missing values. Okay, so let's see what we have. And actually, instead of saying trigonometric functions, let's go and say special right triangles. And the two really super mega special ones are the 30, 60, 90 and the 45, 45, 90. So we know in the 30, 60, 90 triangle, and we know this is 30, 60, 90 because if this is 30, it's 90, this has to be 60 degrees. Okay? We know that 30 is across from x, 60 is across from x square roots of 3, and 90 is across from 2x. All right, well, let's see what we have. Well, we have 74 is across from 90, so that means 2x is equal to 74. Okay, 74, we solve for x, divide 74 by 2 is 37. So x equals 37. All right, now if x is 37, then to find y that's across from 60, we know that 60 is x squared of 3, so that's 37 square roots of 3. All right, so go ahead and finish up example 3. All right, now let's look at example 7. All right, it says you find the 6 trigonometric functions for theta. Okay, so sine of theta is opposite over hypotenuse, so divide by hypotenuse. Well, we have the opposite, but we don't have the hypotenuse. So we know we can find that using Pythagorean theorem. So we know that 24 squared plus 70 squared equals c squared. Take the square root of both sides. So c equals the square root of 24 squared plus 70 squared, which equals 74. So that means sine of theta is opposite, which is 24, divided by 74, which we know reduces to be 12 divided by 37. All right, now cosine of theta is adjacent over hypotenuse, which is 70 divided by 74, which reduces to be 35 divided by 37. Okay, and then tangent of theta is, would you go ahead and pause the video and go and try tangent of theta on your own? All right, so tangent of theta is opposite over adjacent, which is opposite is 24 divided by 70, which reduces to be 12 divided by 35. All right, so for cosecant theta, it's very simple. It's hypotenuse over divided by opposite, which we know would be 37 divided by 12. And secant is hypotenuse divided by adjacent, which is 37 divided by 35. And then cotangent of theta is adjacent divided by opposite, which is 35 divided by 12. All right, so go ahead and finish up example 7. All right, now that example 7 is updated, let's look at example 10. Now, example 10 we're going to do in class, but I just want to update it. This sentence is incorrect. So it says, from a point 200 feet from it should say a wildcat building. The angle of elevation to the bottom of a wildcat smokestack. All right, so with that, we'll finish up the rest of examples in class tomorrow. And peace out, Wildcats.